Okay, this is for the no cap AI investor sprint. I've got some things set up here, and let's see if I can get this working. Basic, advanced.
Okay.
Okay, let's see if this works. Wow, we got it going on. Okay, so group called Ixion. So these are lawyers that specialize in these new emerging tech legalities and legalese and property and treaties, and it's just a lot of stuff. But bottom line is, I am gaining proficiency as an attorney. I'm licensed under supervision in Texas at this time. But I really consider myself a legal engineer at this point. So what's a legal engineer? Well, I'm going to show you. So part of uh, releasing a DAO is simultaneously creating what is known as a legal wrapper. Um, the first times that I created a DAO, I used Moloch DAO. Moloch DAOs are pretty cool. This group right here, DAOhaus, has created infrastructure to promulgate Moloch DAOs. And my last couple were version one. And I hit a hiccup because they went to version two and it was a pain in the butt and broke my infrastructure. So I waited out version two and now I'm at version three. So I'm going to give it a try. So I'm going to show you in this sprint how a legal engineer like myself goes about creating a legal entity that is also a DAO, also digital and on the blockchain. And there's lots of different options. There's lots of different ways to skin a cat. I'm just going to show you the DAOhaus system. And Kali DAO is basically Lex DAO, the legal engineering DAO, taking DAOhaus and Moloch DAOs and adding legal wrappers. As far as I can explain it, that's as good as I can do. So Kali DAO's the Lex DAO version of DAOhaus, if you ask me. They, however, do not have not made a wrapper for the kinds of entities that I am playing with right now. So I'll just show you here. I made a document, I made the docs and established my 508c1a nature-based ministry. So this is a statutory organization in the code, but it works without that designation. It's just a layer of protection to say, hey, if I need to interface with the government, I could get an EIN. I don't have one. And if I wanted to interface with the public, I could by getting an EIN, and does have a statutory designation. But through divine jurisdiction, I have the right, you have the right to create a church. And statutorily, they admit that you do, even though most people create 501c3s. There are other kinds of entities in the code, and this is a 508c1a right here, facilitating healing and renewal, providing sacred tools and space for transformation. So basically, I steward a lineage that's over 10,000 years old from West Africa. So I really am a priest, aka a Baba. So I need this type of infrastructure for what I'm going to be doing. And it's also going to connect to a trust and a PMA, which is a private membership association. The three of these together are called the Trinity. So I'm starting out with the church, and I'm going to go over here to DAOhaus and summon a DAO. A DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization. So the name of my entity is Temple of Roots. I'll just leave it there. I'm calling the voting token Ashe because Ashe is like African karma or African prana, African Ethereum. So the currency that the energy that will power this Trinity, the main token is Ashe. The token symbol here, it can't do the African what's the word I'm looking punctuation. So I'm just, making the symbol simple a little simpler, but this is the correct spelling in Yoruba. The non-voting token name is Tithe because it's a church, and I am making this transferable, which kind of triggers some securities laws, but I'm connecting this to an NFT, and it is for an exempt religious organization. So hopefully, I'm able to get around the limitations because when I had an LLC and I tried to do my other crypto project that was for profit, actually for benefit, which is a hybrid, but never mind that. I was basically going to have to pay off the SEC about 100 grand in order to play in that world. So it's kind of a cart before the horse type of thing. Obviously, I need funding, and they're like, "Oh, you got to pay 100 grand to get funding." It's like, well, that makes complete sense. I guess I'll shelve this awesome business that makes waste more efficient and gets trash out of landfills. Great job, America. So, my main voting token, Ashe, is non-transferable. Okay. The voting period, I just put 2 days, grace period 1 day. You could do longer, but when you're testing out these DAOs, when you make any changes, obviously you're gonna have to wait for the voting period for them to show up. So while you're in development, you could even do it quicker. All right. And then you can change this. These settings can be updated later through a proposal. Okay. So I'll just make it, if I make a change, I gotta wait a day. Okay. That's still a lot when you're trying to work. Okay. But I'll leave it there. Quorum, 15%, minimum retention, 50%. You can, you know, get more info. Oh, shoot. It just, it just canceled out my thing. Oh my God. Guess I'm starting over. Let me see if this even recorded. This is a part of the process as paying back.